What is going on, Veve fam? Welcome to the show. Hopefully you guys are doing good today. Let me know where you're tuning in from right now, and let's get the party started. All right, let's get the music back going here. Thanks for attending this stream. And yeah, like I said, there's been an announcement that is pretty significant here, and I'm not sure what's going on. So we're gonna take a look here, kind of do some research on the fly, but I want to do the stream as well and cover what is going on. Let me go ahead and just dive right into my computer here. It says Epiko GRAIL is it says they're proud to announce a partnership with a leading company in digital collectible space. We are excited to work together to open a new chapter in the Epiko GRAIL ecosystem. And here's kind of showing the Ikomi here. And so you got that, you know, typical music playing in the background, but you can see here officially partnering up with Ikomi. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what they exactly are. So we're gonna head over to their website right now, and as I'm doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and get my stream set up here. Netherlands, welcome in. Great Britain in the house. We got people tuning in all over the world today. Welcome to the stream. All right, I hope you like that Return of the King entrance, you know, soundtrack there from 300 Spartans. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little intro, by the way. And as we are, let's go back into the computer here and take a look at this Epiko GRAIL. It says, welcome to the world of Epiko GRAIL. You can watch this little teaser trailer. It looks like they actually have their own card game. So it looks like you can, a tower defense mobile game. So I think this is a mobile developer, possibly. So I don't know what the partnership is about, or we don't really know much, right? We just know that there's a tweet by Epiko GRAIL. So we're not really quite sure what the partnership's gonna entail or any details like that. So I'm not going to say what is going on because we literally don't know. But what I can say and extrapolate is what's on their website, right? So that's what we're kind of do, and maybe a little bit of fun speculation. You know, we might have Alex coming in here throwing down speculation hammers, you know, but that's all right though. So also, let me go ahead and turn on the Streamlabs activity here, and we'll go ahead and actually let me move this out of the way if we can. We'll move it up a little bit just like that. And I will move that chat off the screen here just for a little bit. All right, so a series of digital motion comics. That is pretty interesting, all right? So I don't know what that even looks like. Epiko GRAIL presents to a series of digital motion comics, Kathika, to experience the world of legends, their stories, power, and mysteries, which is definitely worth a shot. I don't know. So they have an NFT marketplace, a strategic mobile game, AR collectibles. So it just seems like this could add a big layer of gamification, and with the strategic partnership, maybe some kind of a game. So, which would obviously be pretty epic. I think we've all been waiting for some kind of game or some kind of, you know, light gamification, whether that's with AR collectibles, mobile, or, you know, or if it's just a simple game, right? It doesn't take much. Their NFT marketplace. So it looks like you have to sign up and register. They even have a leaderboard for, it looks like their game. I believe it's a, let's go ahead and take a look at the leaderboard, because I think we might recognize somebody on this leaderboard. So let's take a look if we can see. We see Orion. I wonder who Orion is. Is that possibly somebody that plays this game? Essentially crypto. Wow. So what is that all about? But actually, just kidding. We kind of know that Epiko GRAIL and Kaleidoscope are working together, so that's another. They even tagged Surprise Cat. That's Hello K right there. Now I'm not gonna even pronounce the name, but we'll just say Venkatesh. as well. I think he's actually an advisor to Ikomi. The last I checked on LinkedIn, I could possibly be wrong, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and keep diving in and see what we find. You can see here that the teaser. We're gonna turn that down a little bit. You can see there's some characters. They look really cool, actually. Look at the Viking looking dude with 4 arms. It's got some like swords, and so yeah, that's what that kind of looks like. It doesn't really go too much detail on the trailer, unfortunately, so we're not able to see what is going on. They won some kind of game award at Toy-Cathon 2021 of last year. You got, like I said, digital toys. They have a lot of different areas that you can read their medium if you want, and you can see our CEO Venkatesh joined Kaleidoscope as a strategic advisor. So that's kind of a cool little thing to notate there. So as you can see, it looks like they are really good at advising, partnering, and creating some type of gamification for different applications and games. Game engine drives development of games. So let's see here what we can dig up. Games are indeed fascinating innovations, blah, blah, blah. Game engine is software. So it talks about a lot of the gaming engine. So maybe that's what they kind of are. It looks like they use Unity as well, possibly. So you have Unity coming right on top of that article, Game Maker. So let's go ahead and keep scrolling down. So I'm not really sure what that article is going too much into detail about, except maybe they are focused on a gaming engine. So I don't know. Like I said, there's not any details. We don't know formally what's going on. We can see, maybe check out some of the news here. Epiko Regal Championship. I might have to ask some of the OGs. They might have been playing this game for a minute already, possibly from the Kaleidoscope squad and team over there. So this is, like I said, I believe it's a card game. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look and try to find this card game here. You can see, so share your skills, P2P, multiplayer game, level up, face demons, giants, notorious monkeys, knights, and mini warriors once you upgrade your characters and tower defenses, yada yada yada. So maybe it's actually more than just a card game. I'll definitely have to download it and give it a try, and maybe we can stream it later. And this is something I've been looking forward to for a long time, for a while. They also have this link tree. You can view all their socials on here as well, even join their Discord. Download for the iOS and Android is also, it's like on their Twitter, basically. That link tree, so you can download that right there. You can see their developers making some assets in their, possibly their gaming engine. I don't know. This kind of looks like, yeah, this is a Unity engine, it looks like. Or a Unity. I'm not any kind of professional as far as Unity goes, so I have no idea. But that's what it looks like, because that's what the logo's over here with the boxes. Could be wrong. Could be their own gaming engine. Somebody like Loke would probably have to confirm if he's on the stream. I'm not sure if he is or not. But if he was, he would have to confirm some of this information. Maybe he knows. Catching up on the chat. Florida, USA as well. We got Montreal, Canada in the house. Seems fake to me. The video is low quality. The Veve logo looks weird. No, I think it's legit, because I think, why would they, you know, it, because like I said, Venkatesh is, I'm pretty sure he's an advisor, so I don't think this is something fake, right? I don't think they would make this kind of a huge announcement if it wasn't real. So especially with the Kaleidoscope people on board already on this, you know, on their platform. Polygon Studios, that's kind of a big deal. I wonder if that's facilitating on the Polygon blockchain. I'm not really sure what the Polygon Studios are, but we'll definitely have to check that out here pretty quick. So why hasn't Ikomi backed it up with at least what they like, at least? Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe they jumped the gun. I'm not really sure if Epiko jumped the gun or not. Maybe they weren't supposed to release this. Again, maybe the signal at the beginning of the Ikomi token surge usage. That could be possible. It could be possible. But like I said, it could just be something simple like, okay, so with these game developers, we'll have to go back in like in time. Let me go ahead and back to just chatting for a second. I think that there's a lot of news recirculating lately. So like, for instance, I think it's like Big Red Button is one of those like gaming studios or whatever, or like gaming developing studios that works with Ikomi for like, they have had a partnership back in the past. I don't know. We don't have any updates of like who they're working with now though. But like, as we know, that like some of those partnerships were formed like a long time ago, and we still haven't seen anything. So we really don't know what this entails, or they could just be developing for Ikomi. This could take a long time. We shouldn't expect anything like tomorrow, like, you know what I mean? We shouldn't expect anything like in a month, like a mobile game just ready to go in like a month. If that was the case, that would be pretty epic, but Epiko, it would be pretty epico, no pun intended, but for real. So yeah, this could take a while, right? Like when things are under development, it could take a long time. Things have to get finalized, like licensors have to approve off if their assets are being used in a game. So we have literally no idea. We don't know how long it's going to take. So it's important not to speculate, because I know, that's, it just causes harm usually when you start drawing out on timelines. Let's see here. LTD card game. This is an amazing bullish news. Yeah, it's exciting, especially on the Omi side. Welcome to the small part of the upcoming Veve. Ooh, yeah, Veveverse. This could tie in really nicely with the Veveverse. A game may signal the beginning of Ikomi token usage by others. That's possible. That could be possible. I don't want to speculate on that either, though, because that is something that could cause, artificial pumps. That too might be that for them to use Omi token. What's up, brother? Hey, everyone. Hey, what's going on? Silversmith Shield LTD with the astronaut badge next to his name. If you want an astronaut badge on this channel, all you have to do is join the YouTube membership, and you can join and take part in some cool. I got some airdrops coming soon. I'll have to get a list of all my channel members and airdrop those NFTs. I got like, somebody made like these like pixelated versions back in the day, so I'm gonna airdrop those to my channel members for at least the astronaut tier. Not a card game. Oh, that's good to know. Marvel Mighty are gonna blow. Like, as in good blow, or like, you know what I mean? I think Marvel Mighties is gonna be fun though. Hey Kyle, is Veve finally showing their hand? Is it a partnership with Fortnite on the cards now, or other AAA gaming studios? We don't really know about that kind of partnership, you know what I mean? That's a pretty big partnership. I know that, like, I saw Gammaverse post something about the calls, like some kind of callverse looking thing going on. I don't know if I have to go back and read what exactly Gamma said, but it looked really cool, so I don't know what that's all about. But there's chatter going on in Discord. Game is legit. What kind of chatter do you mean? Oh, Ryan, crypto trader in the house. What's going on? My OG fam. Got some other Veve OG playing. That's good to know. I actually saw your name at the leaderboard, I believe. Is that you may have to confirm if that's you or not, but I just showed that just in previously here on the stream. Animated Pokemon game, possibly. Yeah, we just don't know though. We don't know for sure if they, we don't know anything about the Pokemon until they actually say. So, animated Pokemon card game, possibly. That would be epic. And as you guys know, I've speculated it, and they've obviously downplayed it, but I with the Pokemon thing, guys, like I just don't like to overpump it, overhype, because every time like influencer does that, like I notice that like the market tends to dip or something. So I'm like, I don't want to draw too many like conclusions and things like that before we get ahead of ourselves here. But that would be exciting though. Yeah, that would be. They just finished their first championship. Looking forward to seeing how it plays out with Ikomi. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I'm very interested. I haven't downloaded it, but I'm going to download it today. I'm sure many others will too. What did I just step into? What's up, Green Goblin? Kyle Wilson, have you looked at Drip Network? I have not. I have not. It is me. Okay, so confirmed. Orion is the top #1 gamer in Epiko Regal. So that's really cool. We got Ikomi Homie in the house with being the #1 person on the leaderboard. That's awesome. So back to it. Let's go ahead and do a quick little screen share here. Yeah, so that's all we know. We got a lot of Ikomi homies and Omi homies commenting here. And once again, this is kind of what's on their. We can go ahead and click on their YouTube channel and see here. Started pumping out videos about 5 months ago. So nothing too much here. Let's see if we can dig up some more clues as to what might. Looks just like a commercial again. Get an immersive experience with Epiko Regal. Got some eyebrows going on there. Reslone, the man, the myth, the legend, tattoo artist. Thank you for the dono. Appreciate it. 300 meme on Twitter was hilarious. Hey man, appreciate that. Do you think Omi price will get to all-time high? We'll have to look at the Omi price in just a minute, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna try to see what some of the possibilities may be with this platform right here. So we got a waterfall. We've got a map. Kingdom of Legends. So I wonder if that's this is the game that here we go. Let's see. Some swords, nothing there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna search YouTube up real quick. See if we can find Kingdom of Legend gameplay maybe. This looks like it might be on their YouTube channel. Let's see what this is all about. So here we go. Epiko game. They got Kathika comics right there, digital toys. But this looks like more of like their own independent game maybe, so. Now this is kind of cool. This would be like right up Cavell's alley, because Cavell does a lot of mobile games. But it does, let's see, this kind of looks like Clash of Clans type thing where it looks like, so they have to go down this path maybe, and you got to defend against these, like, you know, different characters coming down the road here. I played stuff like this on StarCraft actually, where, oh dang. So that's interesting. I wonder what that game mechanic, this actually looks pretty fun. I could see people easily like vegging out to this game. The game loop, it looks like it's got a potentially good game loop here. So far, this isn't bad. This is pretty good. I like it. Like I said, games don't have to be like high res, like Illuvium status, right? As long as they have a good game loop, especially on mobile. It's like I said, mobile people are all over the world, right? Like everybody has, most people, a lot of people in the world have mobile devices, not everybody, but a lot of people, you know, instead of having computers, a lot of people have mobile phones. So that's the benefit of doing a mobile game versus, you know, PC only, because not everybody has some kind of crazy expensive like computer, right? So doing a mobile game is actually pretty genius, right? Like I said, I don't know if they're going to do a game or they're going to use a game engine, or I'm not really sure the workings of how Epiko Regal works. But, you know, we could draw a lot of conclusions on all that, but we're just digging right now. We're just having a little bit of fun. Hit that like. Hey, Silversmith, appreciate you. Yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, hit that like and subscription bell, notification, and all that good stuff, so you don't miss any more streams or videos like this. Let's take a look at this one. This is a 30-minute video here. You're not part of the kingdom. Join your friend. Okay, so you can have friends on here. That's pretty sweet. So I could see that if Veve was using like this gaming engine and we're able to add friends and play with friends, now that would be really cool. Real-time strategy game with cards. They also have AR digital NFTs. That's really cool. If this is a partnership, I expect the gameplay from Epiko will be next level with support and expectations from Ikomi Veve. Yeah, for sure. But it sounds like they've worked with partners before, so they might have it pretty dialed in. So these cards appear to be like warriors, maybe? Like you fight with these like card/warriors, maybe? Orion may have to explain it to where it makes more sense, but it just appears like it is somewhat of a turn-based, possibly. I see it like loading, so maybe that's like when this card attacks, possibly. As you can see there, like all of them are loading once more. That's very interesting. Let's see if we can. So here's where I guess you choose your battle deck, and your like possibly like some, magic cards or some kind of different thing to it. Let's take a look at the battle deck. Let's see. I think this is a battle deck video. I kind of like that map. Ancient Hall in virtual reality. Okay, let's take a look at that. This is something I'd be interested in. This is virtual reality VR. Here's the collectibles, or I mean, or whatever, their own NFTs or whatever. That's pretty neat. This is like in my imagination, this is what the Veve Museum might look like. Something crazy like this, like the #1 edition Todd, #1 edition Riso, or like imagine walking through like the Veve Museum and seeing some of this stuff. Like that would be insane. As far as like the Veve version of the Veve Museum. Who knows? Maybe they're helping Veve create the Veveverse, so we don't know. We can all just speculate for fun and see what's up. Let's take a look at the charts, though. You guys can keep chatting in here. If you want me to take a look at something, let me know. Be sure to join the Watchers Corp Kingdom. So that may be, is that your guild, Orion? The Watcher Corpse Kingdom? So we're gonna take a quick look at the daily charts here, weekly charts on the collectible side. We're gonna look at the market cap too as well real quick and see how the overall market is performing on the app. All right, so we have a combined comics and collectible market cap of 1.8. It is up from the past couple of days. So we were at 1.7. Well, I guess we were at 1. We were over 2, I think, actually 2.1, and then we slid back all the way to 1.6 billion market cap. Now we're back up to 1.8. So there's definitely a recovery in the marketplace and looking to rebound, which was pretty expected. Yeah, taking your gems like off the table by selling your grails is kind of a risky move these days because how fast the market can rebound. You can easily get locked out of your grail or blue chip if you decide to flip them. So you always want to be careful and have a game plan before you decide to do anything, right? Not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. This is informational, educational only. But yeah, so let's take a look here. For the weekly gainers and top losers. By the way, you can have access to these cherry charts on your own by going to my resource video I did a couple days ago, part 2, I believe. There's a link there in the description where you can take a look and actually sign up for your cherry charts. We're not going to do too much digging into the cherry charts because I want you guys to support the creator who created this, and we're going to take a look at the Ecomi wiki as well, two of my favorite platforms to use when it comes to looking at the market. So what we have here, top losers, poor Adi Granov, which was one of David Yu's favorite 2D Ultraman posters, takes a bit of an L this week. Coming in super cheap, only at 165 gems. Ito took a big tumble, down 50% almost as well from last week. The Glider as well, surprising. You know, James Bond, one of the biggest IPs and brands in the world. Definitely underrated in my opinion. Over time, when the VV-verse rolls out, people will wish they had that. Let's see here, Alex Ross Ultraman, another Alex Ross piece of work. 93 gems only, not bad. It'd be nice if the 2Ds had like a little extra, like you could earn an extra point per day for 2Ds or something cool, so we appreciate the art a little bit more. Sold my Iron Man for Batman Croc. Hey, Batman Croc is pretty cool, and I like it. IRL, that statue in IRL is pretty sweet too. The way I see it, Metaverse is like a galaxy. Viververse is its own planet, many planets within the meta. I agree. I think that too. Now, people will make a lot of money if they can properly bridge all these like different galaxies and planets together. The Watchers Corp was started by other VVOGs. Gotcha, okay. Very cool. Omi Queen, could you give a quick analysis of whether you think Omi could drop further? Yeah, let's take a look at the chart real quick. Let me get it pulled up. I think if the metaverse, like the Lego movie, will be jumping from world to world with being able to take our NFTs from one universe to another. Yeah, that's a good outlook. That was one of my, actually a favorite movie of mine, the Lego movie. I agree 100%. The Lego movie is a great example of how everything can work together in one, metaverse, and you could still have different, themes and different parks or different areas you can go to. So taking a look at the chart, this is something that I was trying to point out in a couple of videos, and I didn't really want to sound like a big futter, but I was like, hey, let's be careful. I said it in a way where I was like, hey, this is looking toppy, and that we may see another small consolidation period, and kind of look what's happened here. So no, I don't see this going down again. I think we should expect a full recovery, unless, because right now I always tell people to look at the macro, and indeed the macro went a little ballistic because the Fed and stock market, and Wall Street, they all had a panic sell off, and so nobody really could have saw that coming. And so that definitely affected the crypto market, aka every token in the crypto market, right? They pulled out of risky quote unquote investments, which is crypto basically, right? So unfortunately, Bitcoin likes to take other coins down with it, until one day, hopefully it'll get decoupled. But there's just so much money tied up in Bitcoin. So, and I have a feeling that speculation alert, I feel like there's a little manipulation going on. They're trying to, I feel like the actual whales of crypto, like in Wall Street and everything else, like they're trying to get in crypto cheap again because it's ran up beyond what they can afford. And so they want those premium crypto prices for cheap, right? That's just my opinion. It's totally, possibly not, it's just complete speculation. FA Croc, that's right. What do you think will be the long-term more valuable, the Joe Matt Batman? Joe Mad, probably, because it's a S1. it's a good, let's go ahead and redraw this chart a little bit. So yeah, we're approaching RSI on the 7 RSI right here. It almost bottomed out at 30. It could try to come back down in the short term a little bit. So there's a possibility, like in the super short term, it could go down a little bit, but that's just natural fluctuation in price. That's not me fudding or anything. That's just natural, like the, you know, buying and selling, right? It's nothing too crazy. Just looking at a chart for those people that are new. So I would give it a couple more days. We'll see where we're at. Like it kind of resets itself the longer this goes on, this RSI, and if it does go down, it'll bottom out below the 30 maybe, and then maybe jump back up. But with RSI, I usually like to buy in on the oversold, like when people oversell a certain thing. So I monitor the RSI really closely. Typically, that's not the only indicator I use because it's crypto, and with crypto, you need like a lot of confirmations. You don't just need one signal that you're using or indicator. Bollinger Bands, I do expect these to tighten back down. That's what these blue bands are right here. I expect them to clamp back down a little bit. See, anytime the Bollinger Bands squeeze like that, you can always expect a movement about to happen. This is how, one of the ways I confirm a consolidation point. So like right here, for instance, it squeezed the Bollinger Bands and then boom, popped. In this case, it's squeezed and then popped the other way, right? So I do expect the Bollinger Bands to tighten back down a little bit, and then before we make that run up, it's just the macro of, you know, the space right now. So with Bitcoin, obviously it poo-pooed the bed. It took a big dump on us. And so that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. We're looking at Bitcoin closely. You know, if we're a trader or if we're just paying attention, seeing what OMI might do, we want to take a look at Bitcoin. Look at this. It's bottomed out and we're on the day chart. This is like each bar represents a day. And it hasn't dropped this hard since that flash crash, you know. So, but I do, like, this is such a 45-degree angle drop that I do expect this to actually go back pretty quickly. And if you look on the screen at the bottom, that RSI is completely oversold. Completely, like it's twice oversold. How do I get off of that? Let me go ahead back to this thing. Okay, cool. So, the same thing with Bitcoin. I don't think it's gonna go down and stay down forever. I don't think Wall Street I don't think Wall Street wants that. And at this point, investors can start pouring money back in, so which will hopefully give a boost back to Bitcoin. I don't know. So we'll have to monitor this. This could definitely go down lower. Like Bitcoin could go down to this previous support down here, like these areas. So hopefully that doesn't happen. If it does, I've been predicting Bitcoin very well this year. Like I predicted it would go to over 60K, and then it would go back down, and that's exactly what happened. Just because that's psychological levels, you know. Of course, it went up to almost 70K. So I think it's just trying to find, you know, I don't know. It's just there's different things we have to look at. You know, what the Fed's doing, the macro, world economics, like, you know, all of that. But yeah, as far as OMI token goes, it's actually somewhat in this price channel. That's why I had these price channels up for a very long time. And I think I've had these price channels up for like a month or so, or 2 months. But you can see it fluctuating within here, rebounding in this price channel. So it's actually technically been consolidating in this area for a while now, which is, for me, that's showing signs of maturity. Anytime I see a coin kind of move sideways in a price channel, I know that it's at its new kind of like area of fair value, or, you know, people are, you know, price discovery around this area, right? Like, and if it's moving sideways, that's a good sign of a little bit of maturity in the token. So we don't expect like huge, massive pumps and dumps, right? But we see sideways movement. And for me, that shows me the highs and the lows, that it's in this fair value, this like, you know, price discovery mode. And then after it really tightens and clamps down, you know, it usually is due for a big movement upwards. I'm always looking for super consolidation points. Like if we do consolidate in this like thin blue line, right, these two blue lines right there, I do expect a tight or a big movement afterwards if it does consolidate that tight. Will it do that? I don't know. We'll see. We always have to stay tuned on charts, you know. Joe Mad versus Wonder Woman. I think you keep asking me about Joe Mad. Listen, I don't know if we can ever compare a season 1 Batman in the S1 collection to anything else. Like I think it's almost like in a league of its own. Although Wonder Woman is an FA, it's a good thing. You know, it's like one of those things, right? It's just good to have both. I did my homework, and indeed, the collaboration seems legit. Good word, Chombo. What are your thoughts on Joe? Okay, cool price, crazy. Okay, cool. All right, well, I think that's about it for this stream, unless you guys have any questions or want to take a look at anything else. That's all I got for this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we'll do a couple more daily streams throughout the week. Other news, Illuvium, I think they're going to do beta launch here pretty soon, and it's just completely off topic from Veve though. Metaverse tournament on Twitch, that was a big success. Over like 29,000 viewers on that whole thing, which I streamed live. There's like iJustine and a bunch of like Mongrel, which is a huge gamer on Fortnite, big famous, you know, a lot of people on that. So if something like this comes to Veve, I could definitely see some influencers. And this is like, if there is a game, like obviously this is big, right? People like Veve, man, they're connected in that mobile gaming space. And he's already got it like a huge channel in MOBA. So this is exciting if something turns up and it's a game. So we'll see though. We'll see what the Comey team says, what the word is it official, is it not, what we can expect. I don't know if they'll answer, you know, because obviously for obvious reasons they can't confirm everything, especially if things are in the works. DM me, Kyle. Will do. Mint the High Society. Rezel times Veve, please. Yeah, for sure. Let's go. I'm brand new to this, so please don't share. Is my Omi okay on MetaMask? I don't, you know, if you're a new user, I don't think I would recommend MetaMask. You know, if you're brand new to the Ethereum network and all that, I don't know if I would recommend using MetaMask, because there's too many MetaMask scams now. I would recommend just like Trust Wallet for now. I'm not going to say too much because I want to point to official documentation. Now, obviously MetaMask you can use, but I just don't think people really know how to use it like all together, like 100%. Like obviously I've used MetaMask since it like came out, so I know how to use MetaMask. I know how to add custom tokens. Like for me it's easy, but if you're new, it can be very intimidating, and people might make, you know, a wrong transaction to the wrong address. So Trust Wallet on the other hand is really easy for the most part, but I would just hold tight. I would wait for an official article from Ecomi before you do anything or make a decision, or just do what's in the article, you know. So Whoever writes those articles, I think it's Reese on the Ecomi side, writes really well done articles. Like the first time I got into Ecomi, when I got the token, like I just followed the exact steps in the article, and it was like I was off to the races. So highly recommend those articles from official Ecomi. Yo, what's up, K Willie? Sports betting education. Yo, what's going on? I think that is Cody. Is that Cody Thrive using his other handle here on the YouTubes? MetaMask sweep bots, they suck. Yeah, so with a MetaMask, like you got to be careful if you're. It's more of a DeFi, I think, right? Like on the DeFi, like worrying about bots and sandwich bots and things like that. Get a hard wallet and send it there. Yeah, you could do a Ecomi secure wallet. Ledger's pretty advanced though. Yeah, hardware wallet. Mighties to the moon. Yeah, long-term Mighties will be pretty good to have, I think. A lot of additions on some of them, but I think overall, if they do drop a game or something, and that's pure speculate. I mean, there was a game in the past, so we can kind of like speculate a little bit there, but at the same time, like they could decide to do nothing, or develop a game, or Marvel could be like, nah, we're not going to do it, or whatever, right? Now, it would be amazing if they did, because that would add to Marvel's brand. It would drive more revenue to the Marvel attention and awareness, and it would make Marvel a good metaverse type play. It'd be like a soft metaverse type deal. Obviously, partnering with Veve is already a soft metaverse, but for a game like that's a big deal, right? It'd be fun. It would add utility as well, and they would have to do very little. So I think that'd be a cool thing to see. It's my first. This is my YouTube premium account. No ads when I use this one. LOL. Yeah, ads stink on YouTube, man. They really do. Do you think the statues are going to be anything more than statues at some point? Yeah, we don't know. I mean, if you look at like Ritmo, the Ghost Trap, all the other animated ones, Captain America, Secret Rare Spider-Man, like, those are all animated. So they added Ritmo like later on, so they could literally do whatever they want. It's their app, you know what I mean? So as long as the licensor is okay, I'm sure they could figure whatever. Like if you owned a Todd, for instance, that could give you a utility to own, a Batman in game. If DC decided to do something cool like with Veve, you know what I mean? It's not too hard. Got my Crocs at. Well, I mean, I say not too hard. Developing a game is hard, but what I mean is the functionability of adding a utility. Got my Croc at 1200 Green Goblin. Nice, good job, Brandon Z. Congrats on that. 12. You got it for 1200 gems. I got it. I don't have it. I wish I did. I wish I had enough liquidity. I FOMO'd into Captain Ultra Rare Captain America, and poor guy's still recovering, I think. But yeah, if I had the liquidity, I would have sniped that 1200 as well. Yeah, I must have the JD speed fingers. Yeah, Johnny Dunn has good internet now too. I need to channel my inner JD. Hey man, any strategy with 3,000 gems to play in Veve? Just want to know your thoughts on what to flip. No financial advice. So no financial advice. I would hodl those gems, because like they announced the mini and friends collection coming soon. So I wouldn't do too much. I would keep those until we heard more news on the next upcoming drops, a little bit more information. So I would kind of like stay tuned for that. I wouldn't necessarily. I would look at. We can go back to the charts in a minute, but or maybe later. I don't know. I'll have to look at the charts and see how well we're doing, because we're kind of on that rebound period of recovery from the market. So we'll see. I know there's a couple of good plays out there, but it's up to you. It's your money. For me, if it was me, I would just hold tight a little bit, try to keep on to those gems until we hear more about that, the new drop. It's very exciting seeing peaks in the global domination that Ikomi Veve is doing. So many pieces we know of on the board, and I'm sure so many more we have no idea. Yeah, that it is exciting. They literally like have so many partners probably, and we know from the past, from their articles in the past, that they have a ton of partnerships, and they've partnered with big like studios. The same studio that like did some of the art for the Miles Morales like stuff. I forget what studio that was, but they do like legit, like it's like super great stuff. So we know they have like a lot of partnerships, right? And they outsource a lot of the stuff, which is smart, to some of these studios. Like it really is a big app that they're building. They're not holding anything back, right? So it's really cool to see like all these partnerships being formed around what we expect, like the Veveverse and like all these different things. So if I'm an investor, right, and we'll just say like I'm a suit, right, like I'm a Wall Street guy or like whatever. Like if I see these partnerships, I get a little excited. All right, I'm getting a little excited. I'm seeing Ikomi, you know, bringing on new partnerships. Maybe old partnerships that have been working in the background. That, you know, I'm getting excited, right? This is good news for sure if you're like on the investing side. So different perspective. A lot of us get too caught up in the retail side to like, we should always take a step back and be like, okay, what are the suits thinking, right? And when I say suits, I mean like, for instance, like we saw Al Khan literally in a suit talking to some other suits, right? People who like put in money, people that are looking to invest in like the token side, like the whales, Dr. Profit or whoever, right? I consider Dr. Profit a suit, because that guy has a lot of OMI, lots and lots of OMI. 1v1 in the verse, that would be cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, that would be fun, honestly. All right, so that's all I got for the stream. Unless you guys have any more questions, I'm still working. All right, so last thing before I end it, though, big news. I'm working on an NFT project. Some of you may have seen that on Twitter. There's definitely going to be some utility added in, so I will say that. Now, it is going to take a little bit of extra time to add that utility into this NFT, and a lot of you are going to like it, okay? So this is going to be a very cool NFT that you might want to hold, all right? I'm going to talk to a couple of others too and see if I can add even more utility in there. I'm not going to release any details yet because I want to get you all excited about it first and kind of get a head count. A lot of you told me that I ran a poll. A lot of you wanted me to create at least 1,000 editions because 100 was too scarce. So I think we'll sit at like 1K to 2K editions. This one's going to be like, I started this off as a fun NFT. Like it was going to have no utility. It was just going to be for fun. But I think that as time goes on, and this is not going to be like a paid like alpha type deal, right? This is not going to be that, but it will have something really cool added into it. All right, so you'll have to stay tuned for that because I don't see anybody else in the community doing it, so I'm going to do it. I've already been in this space before, so I'm really excited about it. I think a lot of people will find this as a big resource, and I think that's all I can say on it. That's all I can say. It's going to be definitely unique. I think what we'll do as well is will I retire off this NFT? You know, it's actually, it could be something, you know, long term, it could be something you could retire off of. Like now that we're looking at these NFT prices this year, we've seen what the NFTs can do in people's portfolios. Like some people can retire right now off of their off their vault right now. So that could be definitely on the card for some people. maybe in 50 years. Cool, thanks. Millions props. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. Like I said, it's gonna take a little bit longer time probably to do because whitelist, I don't know. That one's gonna be difficult. I haven't decided how to roll that out either. It's a lot of stuff I gotta like. I've been a part of a launch, an NFT launch, and they got a blue check mark on OpenSea. So I've been a part of a legit project, and it takes time, especially like me being the only guy like doing it. Like it really does take a lot. So stay with me. I think everybody's gonna like it though. And I think everybody's gonna have a good laugh. And this is gonna be one of the first NFTs for many people to own on we'll just say the Ethereum network for like that's not Veve, right? So yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna get excited about this one. A blind blocks drop gets you membership in one of the content creators could be nice. Yeah, blind blocks would be really cool. Actually, it'll kind of be set up like that. There'll definitely be different variations. And I'm working with an actual 3D artist. So if that tells you like what the art may look like, it'll like, when I say 3D artist, I mean this artist's work it looks phenomenal. Like it looks phenomenal. So like it looks really good. So it should be beautiful. It should be funny. It should be fun. I'm excited, but that's really all I got. Like for this stream, unless you guys have any questions or you want me to ask me more about it. Like I said, I originally started off just wanting to do something fun for the community, and then I got the idea. I was like, man, we could really help people with this as well. So. All right, well, that's all I got. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Much appreciation. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that sub bell. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the stream. Can we see the art? I'm gonna do the whole Trevor thing, and I'm gonna screenshot like a corner of it or like a piece of it, and then I'll post hints on Twitter. Drop your Twitter in the chat. All right, I'll drop my Twitter in the chat. I've hinted twice now, though, like some hints. So people that are really smart might be able to put some 2 and 2 together. Maybe. I'm keeping it very general on the hints, but I have been hinting. Does this mean that the Yomi token will be integrated with the game? Can we look forward to more games integrated with the Yomi token? So that's the question, and I don't want to say for now because I don't want to like draw too many conclusions, and I don't want people like FOMOing into the Omi token, you know, if it might go back down a little bit. So with that being said, it could be it could be, but we don't know. You know, we're not going to know until Ecomi says something. I think that the better possibility or the higher chance is that they're working with Ecomi and Veve maybe on developing something for Veve and Ecomi, right? So I don't know if it's a legit game that is going to be we're going to use the Omi token like on a separate platform in that game, if that makes sense. But I think they might make a game for Veve as like the developers / gaming engine. Possibly, I don't know. They could even be working on the AR side. Like, I don't know. We just don't know because it looks like this company does several different things. So it looks like they have a couple of different product offers. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get the surprised cat on the DeLorean King on the stream, and maybe we'll pick his brain because honestly, I don't know. It's a great question. And he may not even be able to because I think he's on the Kaleidoscope team, so I'm not sure if he can even say. Loved your addition for 300 pit scene. Oh yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. All right, fam. That's it for this one, and much appreciation for joining the stream. We'll do some more extremes this week. Exciting stuff coming soon, and yeah, that's it. That's all I got, and I'll see you guys later. Be like an NFT, be authentic. Peace.